The innocent signal there. Marcus Chun rubbed his tired eyes as he stared at the data streaming across his monitor in the deep space observatory on Mars. The red planet's thin atmosphere created perfect conditions for deep space monitoring, and Marcus had spent the last 15 years scanning the cosmos for signs of intelligent life. At 42 years old, he had become Earth's leading expert in xenosignals, though until this moment, he had never found anything more exciting than pulsars and distant galaxies. The signal had appeared 3 hours ago, originating from the Kepler 186 system, approximately 500 light-years from Earth. What made Marcus's heart race was not just the signal's artificial nature, but its obvious intelligence. The transmission contained mathematical sequences that no natural phenomenon could produce. Prime, numbers arranged in perfect order, followed by the golden ratio calculated to impossible precision. Marcus activated his communication system and called his research partner, Dr. Lisa Okafor, who was monitoring from Earth's lunar station. Lisa had worked with Marcus for 8 years, and together they had published dozens of papers on the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. Her expertise in linguistics and pattern recognition made her invaluable to their research. "Lisa, you need to see this immediately," Marcus said, his voice trembling with excitement. "I'm transmitting the data now." On Luna Station, Lisa received the transmission and began analyzing the signal. Her background in ancient languages and mathematical patterns helped her recognize what Marcus had discovered. The signal was not just intelligent. It was deliberately constructed to be understood by any technologically advanced species. "Marcus, this is incredible," Lisa said over the communication link. "The signal contains what appears to be a greeting protocol. Look at sections 7 through 12. These patterns match theoretical first contact scenarios we've studied for decades." The two scientists worked through the night, dissecting every aspect of the alien transmission. The signal contained star charts, mathematical proofs, and what appeared to be basic information about the sender's technology level. Most importantly, the message seemed peaceful. There were no threatening elements, no demands, just a simple mathematical hello from across the galaxy. Within 6 hours, news of the discovery had reached Earth's United Colonial Government. President Amanda Torres called an emergency session of the Continental Council, bringing together the leaders of every major nation and colony. The discovery of intelligent alien life was the most significant event in human history, and the response required careful consideration. Dr. Rebecca Santos, Earth's chief xenobiologist, was brought in to analyze the signal's content. Her team at the Institute for Extraterrestrial Studies had spent decades preparing for this moment. After 3 days of intensive study, Dr. Santos presented her findings to the world's leaders. "The signal is definitely artificial and shows clear signs of advanced intelligence," Dr. Santos explained to the assembled council. "The mathematical content suggests a civilization at least as advanced as our own, possibly more so. Most importantly, the tone appears entirely peaceful. They seem to be reaching out in friendship." The debate over humanity's response lasted for weeks. Some council members urged caution, suggesting that Earth's location should not be revealed to unknown aliens. Others argued that this was humanity's chance to join a larger galactic community. The scientific community overwhelmingly supported making contact, believing that peaceful aliens would only enhance human knowledge and development. Finally, the decision was made. Humanity would respond to the alien signal with a comprehensive message about Earth and human civilization. The response would include Earth's exact location, information about human technology and military capabilities, population data, and cultural exchanges including art, music, and literature. A team of experts was assembled to create humanity's message. Led by Dr. Chun and Dr. Okafor, the team included linguists, artists, musicians, and military advisors. Their goal was to present humanity in the best possible light while demonstrating Earth's openness to peaceful contact. The message they created was comprehensive and detailed. It began with the same mathematical sequences the aliens had sent, showing that humans understood their greeting. Then it included precise star charts showing Earth's location in the galaxy. The message contained detailed information about human settlements throughout the solar system, including the locations of major colonies, military installations, and population centers. The cultural portion of the message showcased humanity's greatest achievements. It included recordings of classical music, digital galleries of human art, and samples of literature from every major culture on Earth. The message also demonstrated human scientific advancement, showing achievements in medicine, physics, and space travel. Most significantly, the message included comprehensive data about human military capabilities. The team felt this information would demonstrate that while humans were peaceful, they were not defenseless. The data included specifications of Earth's defense fleet, weapon systems, and the locations of military bases throughout human space. Dr. Chun was chosen to transmit the message from the Mars Observatory. As he initiated the transmission sequence, he felt the weight of history. This was humanity's first intentional communication with an alien species, and Earth's future might depend on how the aliens received it. Message transmission beginning, Dr. Chun announced to the global communication network. Signal strength is optimal. The message should reach the Kepler-186 system in approximately 500 years. But Dr. Chun was wrong about where the message was going. The aliens who had sent the original signal were not in the Kepler-186 system. That signal had been sent by an automated probe left behind centuries ago. As the aliens moved closer to monitor younger species throughout the galaxy, the message reached its true destination in less than 6 months. The Zarian Empire had been watching human development for over a century, using cloaked observation posts throughout the solar system. When humanity's response arrived at the Zarion monitoring station near Pluto, it was immediately forwarded to the Imperial Command on their homeworld. Emperor Kyrix of the Zarian Empire reviewed the human message with great interest. The Zarians were an ancient species that had conquered dozens of star systems over the past millennium. They were experienced in dealing with younger races, and they had developed efficient methods for managing potential threats. This species shows remarkable advancement, observed General Vex, the Empire's military commander. In less than 2 centuries, they have spread throughout their star system and developed impressive technology. Emperor Kyrix studied the detailed information humans had provided about their colonies, military capabilities, and population centers. The message intended to show human strength actually revealed critical weaknesses. The humans had given this Zarians everything they needed to plan a complete conquest. Their military forces are distributed across multiple worlds, the Emperor noted. Their population centers are concentrated and poorly defended. Most importantly, they trust easily and reveal their secrets to strangers. The Zarian military machine immediately began planning Operation Cleansing. The Empire's war fleet, consisting of 200 advanced warships, would systematically destroy every human settlement outside Earth. The planet itself would be preserved for colonization after its population was reduced to manageable levels. 3 months after humanity sent their peaceful message, the attacks began. The first target was Europa Station, Jupiter's largest mining colony. The Zarian strike force arrived without warning, using advanced stealth technology that human sensors could not detect. The station's 15,000 inhabitants had no chance to defend themselves or even send a distress signal. The attack lasted exactly 17 minutes. Zarian plasma weapons cut through the station's armor like paper, and the artificial atmosphere vented into space. Everyone aboard Europa Station died, including 3,000 children who had been born in the colony. Similar attacks followed across human space. Titan mining complex was destroyed with all 8,000 workers aboard. The research station at Alpha Centauri went silent after a brief battle. Proxima Base, humanity's furthest outpost, was vaporized by Xerian planet-killer weapons. Within 2 weeks, every human settlement beyond Mars had been eliminated. Over 200,000 colonists were dead, and humanity's expansion into the galaxy had been completely reversed. Earth's defense forces tried to respond, but the Xerian fleet was too fast and too advanced. Human weapons could barely scratch Xerian armor, while alien plasma beams destroyed human ships with single shots. The truth about the alien signal was revealed when Earth's intelligence services intercepted Xerian communications. The original signal had not been a peaceful greeting, but bait designed to make younger species reveal their capabilities and locations. Dozens of civilizations had fallen for the same trap over the centuries. Emperor Kyrix sent a final message to Earth's leaders, delivered directly to the Continental Council chambers. His image appeared on every screen in the room, showing a tall, gray-skinned alien with cold, dark eyes and an expression of complete indifference to human suffering. Asterisk. Humans of Earth, the Emperor said in perfect English, learned from intercepted human communications. Your species showed promise, which made you dangerous. We have eliminated your colonies to prevent future complications. Earth will be spared. If you accept Xerian rule and reduce your population to acceptable levels. President Torres stood to respond, her face pale with rage and grief. You murdered innocent people. Families, children, researchers who had done nothing wrong. They were expanding beyond their world, Emperor Kyrix replied calmly. Expansion leads to competition. Competition leads to conflict. We prevented future wars by ending your expansion permanently. The transmission ended, leaving Earth's leaders staring at blank screens. The dream of peaceful first contact had become humanity's worst nightmare. In trying to make friends with the aliens, humans had given their enemies everything needed to destroy them. Asterisk, the Forge of Vengeance. Emergency session of Earth's Continental Council lasted 3 days and nights. President Torres had summoned every world leader, every military commander, and every chief scientist to the emergency bunkers beneath Geneva. The alien ultimatum was clear. Submit to Xerian rule or face complete annihilation. But the discussion in those bunkers was not about surrender. They made one crucial mistake, said General Harrison Webb, Earth's supreme military commander. They left us alive. The general had lost his son in the Titan attack and his daughter at Proxima Base. Like millions of others on Earth, he had personal reasons for what came next. But beyond personal grief, General Webb understood something the Xerians had missed. About human nature. Every military academy in human space teaches the same basic principle. General Webb continued, addressing the assembled leaders. If you're going to fight humanity, you better make sure you finish the job. Because if you leave any of us alive, we'll spend every waking moment planning your destruction. Dr. Sarah Kim, Earth's leading military engineer, stood to present her preliminary analysis of the alien attacks. Her team had been studying debris from destroyed human ships and analyzing alien weapon signatures for 2 weeks. What they discovered changed everything. The Xerian technology is advanced, but it's not magical, Dr. Kim explained. Their plasma weapons operate on principles we understand. Their ship armor uses materials we can synthesize. Most importantly, their stealth systems have a fatal flaw we can exploit. The debris from human ships destroyed in the attacks contains traces of Xerian technology. Microscopic fragments of alien hull material, residue from their plasma weapons, and electromagnetic signatures from their stealth systems. It was not much, but it was enough for human scientists to begin reverse engineering alien technology. President Torres made the decision that would define humanity's future. We're not surrendering. We're not negotiating. We're going to build a fleet that can reach their homeworld and make them pay for every human life they took. The transformation of human civilization began immediately. Every major industrial planet was converted into a military production facility. Mars became a massive shipyard, its entire surface covered with construction bays and manufacturing plants. The Moon was hollowed out to create the largest weapons factory in human history. Even Earth's continents were reshaped with entire mountain ranges converted into armor foundries and engine production facilities. The project was called Operation Retribution, and it consumed every resource humanity possessed. Citizens volunteered for 18-hour work shifts. Scientists abandoned all research except military applications. Artists created propaganda that reminded everyone why they were fighting. Children too young to work gathered scrap metal for the war effort. Admiral Sarah Reeves was chosen to command humanity's revenge fleet. At 38 years old, she was the youngest person ever promoted to Supreme Fleet Admiral, but her qualifications were unquestionable. She had graduated first in her class from the Naval Academy, commanded successful deep space missions, and possessed an innovative tactical mind that impressed even veteran officers. Admiral Reeves also had personal motivation. Her husband and 2 young children had been visiting Europa Station when the Xerians attacked. She had spent 3 sleepless nights searching through the wreckage, hoping to find survivors. Instead, she found only debris and the frozen bodies of families who had trusted that humanity's peaceful message would bring friendship, not death. The technology breakthrough came 18 months after the attacks. Dr. Kim's team successfully reverse-engineered Xerian plasma weapons and adapted them for human ships. More importantly, they discovered how to penetrate Xerian stealth systems using quantum sensor arrays that could detect the aliens' energy signatures. But the greatest achievement was the development of humanity's new faster-than-light drive system. The Xerians used a form of space folding that human scientists had never seen before. By studying alien engine residue from attack sites, human engineers created an improved version that was actually faster than the original Xerian technology. The ships themselves were unlike anything humanity had ever built. Each vessel was 3 times larger than previous human warships, equipped with multiple plasma cannon arrays, quantum torpedo launchers, and armor made from titanium alien alloy composites. The ships were designed for one purpose: the complete destruction of Xerian military forces. Over 2 years, humanity constructed exactly 1,000 warships. Each ship carried a crew of 500, making the total invasion force 500,000 of humanity's best soldiers, pilots, and engineers. These were volunteers who had lost family members in the attacks, or simply could not tolerate the idea of alien murderers. Escaping justice. The fleet's flagship was the UES Vengeance, Admiral Reeves' command ship. The massive vessel carried advanced communication systems that could coordinate the entire 1,000-ship armada across interstellar distances. Its weapons could destroy cities, and its armor could withstand direct hits from planet-killer weapons. Finding the Xerian homeworld required 2 years of dangerous intelligence gathering. Human reconnaissance teams using captured alien technology infiltrated Xerian space, mapping their territories and locating their command centers. The missions were extremely dangerous, and many scouts never returned, but gradually a picture of the Xerian Empire emerged. The aliens controlled 12 star systems, with their homeworld of Xerian Prime located 47 light-years from Earth. The planet was heavily defended by orbital weapons platforms and a fleet of 300 warships. The Xerian population was approximately 2 billion, concentrated in massive cities that covered entire continents. Lieutenant Commander Alex Chun, Dr. Marcus Chun's nephew, led the final reconnaissance mission to Zarian Prime, his small scout ship, equipped with advanced stealth technology, spent 3 months mapping Zarian defenses and identifying priority targets. The intelligence he gathered would guide humanity's attack. Their orbital platforms are powerful, but they're designed to fight ships like their own, Lieutenant Commander Chun reported to Admiral Reeves. Our new plasma weapons should be able to overwhelm their shields. More importantly, their planetary defense grid has a central control station. If we can destroy that, their entire defense network will collapse. Admiral Reeves studied the intelligence reports and began planning humanity's assault. The attack would require precise coordination between all 1,000 ships, striking simultaneously at multiple targets to prevent the Zarians from mounting an effective defense. The final briefing took place aboard the UES Vengeance as the human fleet prepared to depart from Mars orbit. Admiral Reeves addressed the entire armada through the communication network, her words reaching every ship in the massive formation. 2 years ago, the Zarians murdered our families because they thought we were too dangerous to live, Admiral Reeves said, her voice carrying across space to 500,000 human warriors. They destroyed our colonies, killed our children, and demanded our surrender. They made one crucial error in their calculations. She paused, looking out at the 1,000 ships that represented humanity's response to alien aggression. Each vessel was a masterpiece of human engineering, built with the sole purpose of delivering justice to those who had wronged humanity. Asterisk. They assumed that because we offered friendship, we were weak. They assumed that because we shared our culture, we were naive. They assumed that because we sought peace, we could not wage war. Admiral Reeves smiled grimly. They were wrong on all counts. The launch of Operation Retribution began at precisely 0800 Earth Standard Time. 1,000 human warships activated their faster-than-light drives simultaneously, creating a display of energy that could be seen from Earth's surface. The ships disappeared into hyperspace, beginning their journey to Zarian Prime. The voyage took 18 days, during which the human fleet traveled through dimensions the Zarians had never explored. Human improvements to alien technology allowed the ships to move faster and more efficiently than their enemies could imagine. By the time Zerion sensors detected the approaching human fleet, it was already too late to mount an adequate defense. Asterisk. Admiral Reeves stood on the bridge of the UES Vengeance as the human armada dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of the Zarian system. Ahead of them lay the alien homeworld, surrounded by the orbital defense platforms that had protected the Zarian Empire for centuries. All ships report ready for combat, announced Commander Torres, Admiral Reeves' second in command. Fleet formation is optimal. Enemy forces are responding to our arrival. Admiral Reeves nodded, watching as Zarian warships scrambled to intercept the human fleet. Emperor Kyrix had probably never imagined that the weak humans he had dismissed would return with such overwhelming force. Today, he would learn what happened when someone underestimated humanity's capacity for righteous anger. Signal to all ships, Admiral Reeves commanded. This is for Europa Station. This is for Titan Complex. This is for Proxima Base. This is for every human life they took. She paused, thinking of her own family floating dead in space around Jupiter. All ships, commence attack. Show them what happens when you threaten humanity. 1,000 human warships opened fire simultaneously, their plasma weapons lighting up space around Zarian Prime. The aliens had started this war by underestimating human resolve. Now they would face the consequences of that mistake as humanity's Fleet of Vengeance delivered justice across the stars.